Hello, hello, girlies, and welcome back to another episode of Chatty Rats. I am your co host, Natalia Vargas, and I'm joined by.
Rasheen. So high pitched.
Hi. I know,
Hi,
so high
girl.
pitch. I have my first jury duty tomorrow, and for those of you that don't know, I became a citizen in 2016. So, like, I was like, okay, it's giving
Hey.
citizen.
They hit you with the jury duty.
They hit me with a service. I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm
Like, I
ready."
actually gotta do things for this country, I guess. Did you ever watch the, show Jury Duty?
No, I
It's
never
like a
did.
documentary. Oh, it's so funny.
I hope. I hope that's me because his life after that, like, sign me up.
I've never been to jury duty.
Oh, I know, I heard.
I was like, I always just postpone it.
Government, if you're listening. She's joking, it's a bit. When I
This
told
is
her, she was like, "Oh, you."
allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly she doesn't go, but she was like, "Oh, you go to that?" And I was like, "Oh my god." Okay, so I do have some tea to spill this week, and I'm excited to talk about it. So, Sheena, I have a question. You are from LA and,
Yeah,
you live in LA. How do you feel about friendship as it stands in your life right now in your 30s?
horrible. I'm just kidding. I have everything I would want in my best friends, but everyone lives across the freaking country.
Yeah.
So that's my biggest thing is I don't have a best friend locally. Like I have friends I can do things with, go out with, whatever. Like I have friends that fit into any like little pocket. Like, oh, I could go to dinner with this one. I could go to this event with this one. But I don't have a friend that you can just do like everything and anything and like roll on the couch and just rot together and just be
Yeah.
in peace. Like, you know how you kind of have to turn on for certain people? But for
Yes.
your friends, you're just yourself. You don't even have to think about it. So I don't have a friendship
100%.
where I can just turn off and just say whatever I want.
I honestly kind of feel the same way. Like, I have friends here and all the things, and I have like my best friends in the world already. Like, I feel like,
Mhm.
just like you say, like, I feel like my heart is so full, and like those friendships are like my biggest blessing, like, yada, yada,
Exactly.
yada. Like, she's grateful, but they're just not here with me as well. So,
Yeah.
there was a time in my life where I, like, probably didn't care that much because I was like, "Oh, like, she's exploring, finding
Mhm.
herself, all this stuff." But now that I found myself, I, like, really miss that feeling of girlhood and friendship. So, that's the only thing that I feel like I'm missing in my life. So, basically, I complain about it all the time, and I'm like, "I wish I had it, la, 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 la." So, I decided to finally try and do something about it. So,
Mhm.
I got on Bumble BFF.
Hey.
So, at a first glance, it's really interesting because it works just like a dating app. So,
Yeah.
you download Bumble, you put on like the BFF setting, and
Yeah.
you build a profile as one does with dating. Like, you literally put like your bio, what do you like?
Yeah.
You have to answer all the little
Pictures.
prompts. And it's a little bit different because I'm not trying to put like sexy pics like I was when
Yeah.
I was in my dating app. I was actually focusing on putting pictures that showcase my personality a little more. I
Yeah.
don't wanna say uglier pictures, but, like, just not. I'm not trying to hook up over here. So, what I thought was cute about the app itself is that you can give girls compliments, so you can send, like,
Aw.
"Give compliment," which I was like, "Oh, that's so cute." It's, like, definitely built in for, like, girls, I feel like.
Yeah. I do think the
So,
BFF feature is probably used a lot more by girls than men because I believe it's open to both genders on there. Like it's not gender specific. Because when I was on Bumble BFF, I would see both men and
oh.
women.
Yeah, I think I have mine set so that it only shows me women. But
Oh,
yes.
okay, fair enough. Fair enough. But I'm saying it
Yeah.
was like very sparse, even though I had it on for both for friends.
Okay, that's cool.
You just said you've been swiping. So when you are swiping, do you feel like there's something you're looking for on their profile that makes you swipe right?
Yeah, so
Because
that's
you
as
do
far
have
as
to have like a
a
determining.
connection.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right? Like it
Does she
works
have
like that.
she has criteria. No, so that's the part that has been the most interesting because it's a lot more work than, like, the dating version
Mm,
because You're not trying to hook up and have like a sexual attraction. So when you're swiping, you can be like, not cute, cute, not cute, cute.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't work that way. So you have to like read the whole profile. It's a part-time job. I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
I am investing. But what I look for is because I'm not like in a drinking era, if they write like, I
Mhm.
love going out, I love bottomless brunch, and I'm like, gotta go, baby, because I can't, I don't need that right now.
Yeah.
um,
Different
so
eras.
when I see anything like spirituality or like if I see like loves, if I have a girl that is listing like a lot of activities, that's like a usually like a
Mm.
green flag to me because I've seen girls that are like, I love like park walks, like movies, museums, or like basically I'm looking for Sheen's profile. So if I see like little fairy
Literally
books,
likes fairies.
so if I see a lot of like interesting activities, I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I like that." Then I will swipe right. So yeah, so that's kind of like what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for in a female friendship partner. I would love like someone that's a little woo woo. So when I see like
Mhm.
astrological sign stuff, I'm like, Baby, super swipe if I could." Just because I want someone that I can talk about those things with because I love it.
Yeah.
Like, I wanna have a friend that fully is like, "Oh my god, it's a full moon. Oh my god, girl, I know, it's been crazy." I'm looking for someone that aligns more with, like, who I am right now. So I would say, like, a blend of,
Mhm.
like, doing activities, like, going out and doing things that are a little bit more wholesome, I consider, and, like, allowing me to be, like, introverted. So, like, cooking, like, crafts, anything like that, I'm like, "Hell yeah."
Basically an anti-dinner girly.
Literally. I even have that on, like, my thing, inspired by
That's so
Shein,
funny.
like, getting to know me. It's, like, through doing activities, like, something like that, just to throw it out there.
I love that.
To wrap it up, kinda like what you're saying you're lacking, like, I really want a friend that I can be like, "Hey, girl, what's up? Wanna get coffee really quick?" Like, I really want that.
Yeah.
Like, I want a more
I
casual
know.
friendship. That I hate, like, always, like, planning it in my calendar. It's like
Me too. Literally, like, weeks in advance, I'm just like, "Dude, this takes all the fun out of it." Or you know what I've really noticed? This is a big difference that I've noticed between New York people and LA people, and let me know if you can relate from Denver. I feel like people in New York are much more open with stacking plans. And I think it probably has to do with the structure of the city, but they'll be down to be
Mhm.
like, okay, I'm getting drinks with this person at 7, but I can meet you at 10. Or I'm going to grab coffee with this person, but I can see you for lunch. Whereas in LA, I feel like people literally have one plan and then block off the entire day. They're like, oh, I'm grabbing lunch with this person. No, I don't have any time to like go grab coffee with you. And it's like, really? You don't
You
have time
know?
for coffee? Like, it's a Saturday. You literally have plans from day to night.
Yeah.
And this happens so much. People just block off entire days. And I'm like, this is so lame because we can't just have casual get togethers. We need to like pencil it in from weeks before. And
Yeah.
it really bothers
I
me.
I think part of it is, like, the protect your peace thing, like, "It's too much. I can't do it.
Oh,
It's too much."
yes. Yes.
So I think there's an aspect to that as well, but I think it's the same here. I feel like I always have to like pencil things in really far. I feel like it's very rare
Mhm.
that people are just like, "Hey, I'm around the neighborhood. Like, do you want to do this really quick?" Which
Mhm.
brings me to my Bumble BFF date. I feel like she has that flavor. And it didn't work out because I
Ooh.
wasn't around, but the first time we would have met up, she was like, "Hey, I'm actually, like, in your neighborhood going for a run. Do you wanna get, like, a coffee or a drink after?" And I was like, "Oh, cool." That was, like, a green flag to me
Yeah, that
because
is
I
such a
like
green
how
flag.
casual it is. And, I mean, it's cool because she happens to be dating someone that, like, lives near me, so she is around here.
Aw, okay.
So, we can get into my first date if you want.
Yes.
Okay, so leading up to my date, she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go for a run." So back to stacking plans. I was like, "Well, if you're gonna go for a run around my neighborhood, why don't we like get coffees or drinks at the Starbucks that's right where the running trail is, and we can walk
Mhm.
around?" And she was like, "Oh yeah, perfect." So she's stacking plans. So I was like, "Great."
See? It's not computer science, people. Stack your motherfucking plans.
So in the morning when I was getting ready for work, I said, I need to look stunning. So tell me why. I waved my hair, I did
Aw.
my makeup. I was like, I got dressed to impress. I was like, she has to see that I am fashion.
There's something about dressing up for the female gaze, like, I feel like whenever I dress up, I want a girl to compliment my outfit or, like, think this blush is cute, like, that's how I get up and get ready for the day.
My initial thought is like, I want her to like look at me and be like, oh, she's so pretty.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that was funny. And then just like a date, I had my phone and I was like, I'm here. And then I was like looking for her and I was like, I'm getting triggered. Like I feel like I'm like on like a hinge date or something like that. Yeah. And then we met, we like walked around and we like talked and the conversation flowed. Like it was like really nice. So I was like, hell yeah, this is amazing. Like this is a lovely experience.
That's such a good
And
first
she
experience.
it was, and then she's single, so she was telling me, like, all her, like, dating stories, and, I was like, "I love this. This this gives me life." And another thing that's interesting as someone that is in a relationship, seeing the Bumble thing pop up now on my phone, like, the notifications, I, like, keep getting paranoid that people think I'm cheating.
That's
Because it's
so
just like,
funny.
"Bumble, boom, boom," or, like, "New match, boom, boom," and I'm like, "Guys, I'm not." Bumble BFF, it's Bumble BFF, I swear. So that was funny. And so with you in mind, Sheen, I was like, well, we all know Sheen always says that real connection comes not from going to get drinks and dinner, it comes from activities. So she hit me up on Friday night being like, "Hey, like let me know what you want to do. I'm going to snowboard Saturday morning, but I'm down to meet up like that night like after I shower or whatever." And I was like, "Cool."
Stacking
Like
queen.
stacking
Stacking
no,
queen.
she actually I don't know how she does it because I think that she, like, snowboarded and then, like, met up for dinner with the guy she's seeing, and then she met me. I was
See?
like, "Damn, girl.
See? This is what
Damn,
I'm
girl."
saying. That is the girl that's an example of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
That is what we need in 2024.
Yeah, I need
All
that
friendships,
energy.
we need that energy.
No, I agree. So, I let her know, I was like, "Oh, like, there's this concert. I actually, like, really like the artist. They're, like, local to Colorado. They're really good." Like, and I sent her the Spotify link and then, like, a couple songs.
Mm.
I was like, "These couple songs, like, kinda give you the vibe of, like, who they are." And she was like, "Oh, like, this sounds great. Like, this sounds groovy. Like, I'm down." So, I got us tickets, and what something that was really cool, so we get there and the opener's still playing, and for context, the band that we went to go see is called Son Squabby, and they're very, like, groovy EDM meets jam band, so, like, a very
Huh.
groovy vibe, okay?
Okay.
But then the people that went on before them was like a mix of EDM, but a little bit of heavy metal. So
Oh,
it didn't
interesting.
it was it was very aggressive. So we get there and I hear rah 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 rah. Rah. And I was like, oh. And she looks at me like, oh, is this them? And I was like, no, 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 no. Actually don't know why this is like who they're playing. Like it doesn't make sense because like the math ain't mathing, I was like, what?
Yeah.
So it was like basically metal, and there were like metal heads there
Oh,
because I guess they were
wow.
co-headlining. And the metalhead community is very different. So me and this girl here, and we see
100%.
people like crowd surfing and like mosh pitting, and I'm like, oh, this is not like my brand. But something that was cool of her that she was like, "Oh, like, this is cool," like like, she's so positive. She was down to go with the flow, like, I feel like if I would have said, "I love this metal band, this band is my life,"
Aw.
she would have been like, "Oh, okay, I can try to headbang." And we probably heard, like, 30 minutes of the screamo, and we were like, "Oh, shit, this is a lot." 'Cause it's a very different crowd, and then it went on to, like, the actual artist, and we, like, danced the whole time. We had a
Aw.
couple of moments where we were, like, making fun of like, like, talking about people around us. I was like, "Oh, that's so funny. This girl did this, this girl did that." We were behind a group of just girls that were lit, 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 so it was just excellent people watching.
Oh, I love
Um,
that at concerts. The people
I
watching
love
is
it.
elite.
It was amazing. It was a lot of fun, and I feel like little moments like that where, like, for example, us going in, like, reacting to the metal, like, tells you, like, a lot about a person, right? Like, she's, like, easygoing, like, She's
Yeah.
down to try
That's so
things,
true.
like
Yeah.
so this is where I think that Shein, when you talk about, like, activities, how it shows you people and who they are, it's like,
Exactly. You gotta see people
I
through
totally would
different, like,
agree.
circumstances. Yeah. Like, even just having banter, I think, in those little moments, like, it gives you room, right? Where you're, like, people watching and you're able to, like, comment together and, like, build inside jokes. But when you're just
Yeah.
sitting, it's just still.
Yeah, because
There's
we
only so
were
much you
both,
can do.
like, not vibing with the heavy metal, so we were like, "Oh, shit." We were like so that was, like, a cool, something for us to laugh about, or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I think her reaction to a circumstance she wasn't expecting lets me know a lot about, like, who she is, which I thought was cool.
Mm.
Because 'cause I'm the same way, like, if I walk into a concert and, like, it's not what I thought it would be, I'll give it a go for a little bit, like, I'm never gonna be, like,
Same.
want to, like, stiff up and be like, "F this place."
Yeah.
Uh, so I'm definitely one to, like, give it a go, so I was like, "Okay," like, green flag. So I would say do what Shein suggested, which is, like, trying activities, even if we don't get to be like, "So what school did you go to?" So, like, you know, I
Exactly.
think
It's not
that tells you
about
more.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree. You just get to know, like, a different side to people, and I think it just makes such a good memory. I have an unrelated example, but I'm trying to switch it up even when it comes to, like, hanging out with my mom. So today, I booked us a body butter making class. And
I love this.
we yeah, and it was so much fun, like, we went and made body butter, and then obviously we spent the time in the car, like, just chatting, but then also just learned really random facts about how she used to make lotion when she was growing up, and
Oh,
I don't know,
wow.
it was just, like, cute and, like, wholesome, and I feel like we learned a new thing, and now there's that little memory, like, tying us together. So
I love
even though it
that. Oh
wasn't,
my
like,
god.
super like, what you're saying where it's like we weren't sitting down and talking to each other the entire time, right? Because 'Cause we're making something during the class, but I just think when humans do or make, it just I don't know, it triggers something else in your brain. It just does
I
something.
agree. I love that a lot. We've said this before, I feel like connection and love comes from, I like how this person reacts to the world, you
Mhm.
know? Not so much like what happens to you in your day-to-day life. It's like, "Oh, like, I like how you vibe with everything." That's so cute that you
Yeah
did that
oh,
for you and your
wait.
mom.
I was gonna say, yeah, like, one thing I noticed, 1, she is so interactive with the instructor and with the class, like, she was, like, making jokes with everyone, asking so many questions and things like that. I was like, "This is so, like, interesting to see you in this dynamic because obviously, 1, do you see your mom in class with you? Never, and
Never, yeah.
yeah, it was, like, cute, I loved it. So that was
Oh my
another
god.
thing of what you're saying where you're like, you get to see someone and how they move in the world, and
Yeah.
yeah, I'll, like, cherish this memory forever.
Oh my god, that's so cute. That reminds me of my mom. My mom, when I go visit her, we'll take spin classes together because my mom loves spin.
Oh,
I don't love spin, but, like, I'll
I
go,
love
I'll
spin.
s I'll go
Yeah.
sweat. Something I discovered from my mom is that she is a woo girl in the workout class.
Oh my god, I love that.
Patty is like, "Woo!" Like she is the girl that's, like, up and down, up and down. Yeah!
It's like
So
clubbing for her. I love that.
uh, because my mom is actually pretty introverted if she's not comfortable with people. With us, she's, like, hyper fun, like, she's, like,
Yeah.
all out there, but if she doesn't know people, she gets shy, so it's funny how, like, because she's in class, all of a sudden,
Those
like, the
dark
extroverted
lights.
side, those dark
Yeah.
lights, the beats, the music, Patty, it just, like, pops off, and it always makes me like her more because
Yeah.
I everybody pokes fun of, like, the woo girl in class, but I'm like, when it's my mom, I'm like, "Yeah, Patty."
That's
So,
so
yeah,
wholesome. That's so cute.
I love that. So your mom is kinda like the woo girl of the the lotion making class.
Yeah, she's definitely giving not teacher's pet, but just the person that will just say whatever is on their mind and
I
talk
love
and
that.
interact with everyone, which I was like, that is so not who I am, like, in class, and I just love how we're opposites, which is so
Yeah,
cute.
that's so
I
cute, I
love
love
it.
that. Oh, but yeah, that's all I have to say on the topic. I would say
I was gonna say on the
I
Bumble BFF thing, One thing that I've heard, and one thing I think could be a red flag if you're like in this dating for friends world, is asking them eventually or just like finding out, do they have any long-term best friends? And I feel like if the answer to that is no, and all of their friends are from very recent, to me that says a lot about someone. Like, can you keep friendships for a long time or can you
That's
not?
true.
So that's
Yeah,
a little
that's
hot
that's
tip.
very valid. Because 'Cause I've thought about it, it's like, why am I on Bumble BFF? Which is like
Mhm.
and it comes down to, like, I've just moved to the city, like, I don't know anybody, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like I have a valid reason, quote, unquote, why I don't have, like, a long-lasting, like, friendship here in Colorado.
Yeah.
But yeah, like,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's, like, a couple of bad apples there where, like, there's a reason why they ain't got friends. But back to, like but looping into cons, I do think one funny con, and I think it has to do with the way that women interact with the world, is that I've noticed that I message more people than they message me. Like, I think so far I've been on it
Oh.
for, like, a week, and maybe I had, like, one girl message me first, so I wonder if women are like, "Well, if she wanted to, she would. If she wanted to, she would." And, like, waiting.
Um
I don't know.
I think people are just really, really lazy and they like the idea of making new friends, but to actually put it into action and put that effort just is like, eh. It's kind of like texting back, like most people aren't good at texting back, but they'll text back like certain people or whatnot. So I think when you do make the first move, it just makes it that much easier on them. They're like, okay, I don't have to think of like an opening. So
Yeah,
great.
because they do reply, and then we chat, and it's like, "Hey, girl, what's up?" Like, it's, like, very cute. Like, it makes me realize that, like, women are the best, and, like, we're adorable creatures.
We are the
Um,
best.
but that's something that I just noticed that obviously, like, I am thirsty for, like,
Yeah.
a best friend that I can, like, do everything with, right? Like, movies,
I
hang
know,
out,
me
whatever.
too.
So I am putting in the effort.
Yeah,
I think I would love to talk about this again because I am going to do other things this spring to try and make more friends. So I'm
okay,
trying Bumble BFF, which
same.
is like the online way. But I'm either gonna join tennis or pickleball in the spring because I think that's a good way to like build community.
Yeah.
And then I'm also gonna try and hit up, like, Facebook groups and, like, join, like, group
Yes.
activities if they have, like, a girl hike or, like, whatever, so now that it's spring and Natalia's setting her intentions for the year now because I am aligned to the seasons, I wanna prioritize friendships, including me and Sheen's friendship, which is why by the way, guys, we are gonna meet in LA in May, and we're so excited.
Can I tell a funny story?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
guys, so and obviously Natalia does comedy. I fucking love comedy. So I was like, "Natalia, if you're gonna come to LA, you need to come during the Netflix is a Joke week."
Yeah.
Basically, Netflix is a Joke is like a comedy festival that takes place for 10 days in LA, and, like, all the big comics come. So, me and Natalia are talking about it, and, like, previously, we had touched on it months before, and I was like, "I really wanna see Trevor Noah," and you're like, "Oh, yeah, like, I would be down to see Trevor Noah, like, he's
Yeah.
cool, like, he'd be on my list." So, then when I'm telling Natalia this, like, a couple weeks ago, I'm like, "Natalia, come then." She's like, "Yeah, I'm down," and then she's like, "I really wanna see Trevor, baby." And I was like, "Oh my god, I love that we're on the same page, like, I wanna see Trevor too, you know how in love with that man I am, like, we're gonna see Trevor." So, like, I'm sending
No.
screenshots of the event and the seating with all the information. I'm like, "Natalia, should we choose, like, the more expensive one or the cheaper ones?" She's like, "Oh, yeah, let's get, like, a good seat. Let's spend a little bit just to get a bit closer." I purchase it, and as I'm going to go send her a screenshot, what do you say? You're like,
You sent me a gif of Trevor Noah, and I was like,
"Yes!"
"Oh!" I was like, "Oh, wait, hold up." I was like, "Oh, that's so funny that you say that because I thought we were talking about Trevor baby Trevor Wallace all day." I scrolled up our text conversation for that day, and the whole text of me and Sheena are talking back and forth like, "Trevor, like, we're just saying Trevor, no last name, like, me and Sheena are like, we're intimate with Trevor, we're like, Trevor on the first name basis, like, that's my friend. I was like, "No, no, like, it's cool." Like, Trevor Noah is also on my list of people I have to see because he's iconic, amazing, and, like, I don't think he would ever come to Colorado, so I was like, "That's actually more worth my money and my time." Because Trevor Wallace comes here all the time, but I'm saying, like, Trevor Noah
Yeah,
is, what? He's high status. So, I
exactly.
am super excited, but that was hilarious,
Yeah, it was, Natalia. It was.
and I cannot wait to go, and I booked my ticket, everything is
So
set because
we're
I
yeah, we're
so
gonna
we're
have a
going.
big little weekend. I was gonna say, okay, you know what I find hard about friendships we've made past college? There is an element that always feels missing. Like, I feel like with my best friends, I can literally, like I was saying this earlier, I can literally say anything. I can almost be mean to them and be like, "Oh my god, you're so annoying," and like they won't take it offensively.
Yeah.
And we'll just like support each other's delusion and just be super real. And I just find that with friendships I've made in the past, I don't know, 3 to 4 years, it just doesn't, besides you, of course, besides you. It just doesn't hit that level of comfort. I don't know how to explain it.
It comes back to, like, there's friends and there's sisters. You
Yeah.
fight with sisters, you, like, bicker with sisters and family, 'cause there's, like, a level of comfort that, like, you already know
Yeah.
I can say anything and, like, it won't matter, I love you. Because that's how I am with, like, my best friends. I'm like, "Shut the fuck up, you stupid hoe."
Yeah.
It's not like they're like, "Natalia spoke to me in this way." It's just funny, or, like, I don't think twice about it when they, like, say things to me because 'cause I'm just like, "Oh, whatever," like,
Or you can say
I
things that would get you canceled and you're like, "I don't care," you know?
exactly, and I feel like that's just, like, being close to someone? I feel like that's the difference between, like, friends and then, like, best friendships.
Best
Where,
friends,
like
that's true.
with, like, sisters, it's like that meme that's like, "Hey, girl, can I be mean for a second?" And it's like, "Baby, say less." Like, I love it when stories start that way.
Yeah,
But
that's
just
real.
friends, like, you still have to walk on eggshells or, like, think
Mhm.
about what you're gonna say just in
Filter.
case. Filter,
Yeah,
yes.
okay, so this was the thing. When I was on my trip to Hawaii, me and Michelle were talking, and I was like, "You know what I realized, which is kinda sad and annoying, is I self-censor a lot depending who I'm around." And I can count
Uh,
on one hand the amount of people I can just, like, not self-censor with.
Me too. All the time, like,
And it's just sometimes it's, like, exhausting where I'm like, "Oh my god, I am self-censoring so much, and this is so weird." So, cheers to hopefully finding friendships that you don't have to self-censor with.
that's, like, my dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really all I wanted to talk about for now. Like, I am on the Bumble BFF journey, and I think my message would be like, you're not too cool to try something new. Because I think for a long time, I was like, I am too extroverted for that. Like, I don't need
Mhm.
Bumble BFF. But like, I'm like, why am I acting too cool for anything? I'm giving it a go. When you're complaining about something or something in life is lacking, like, you gotta
Take
stop being
action.
lazy and take action. And that's what it
Yeah.
comes down to. Like, I probably should have done this 6 months ago, but I just didn't. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's how I feel. I need to get on it too. I need to get on my Zoom because
yeah.
that's what I want too. I just need a bestie
Yeah, me too.
in LA,
Yeah,
please.
in, like, the city that you live in, because we already have,
Yes.
like, the friendships. We gotta have more in, like, the city that you live in.
I think also, I was gonna say, you know how you were saying, like, I can find comfort in the fact that I moved to a city, so, like, I feel like I have a good reason that I'm finding friends. So for me, like,
Yeah,
I don't relate to that because obviously I'm from LA, raised here, lived here. But I do think you can still find comfort in the fact that sometimes you're just in a different era, so you need to find people that are more aligned with you.
that's
'Cause
true.
that's how I feel, where it's like, I have friendships that were maybe more aligned to, like, the version of me in the past, or, like, we're really good friends, we can do whatever, but I wanna find someone who's aligned with me that's gonna be, like, the bestie, you know?
I
So
totally agree, and this is actually a pattern in, like, friends that live in other cities as well, so this is not just you and me, I think, but I think that because we're either 30 or entering our 30s,
Mhm.
we've changed so much, so now we have to
Mhm.
find new people that match that, right?
True.
That's super important.
Truth. Live, laugh, love, and friends, guys. Live, laugh, love, and friendship. Make sure you are following us on Spotify or subscribe on Apple Podcasts, and make sure you hit the 5 stars. And we're also on YouTube if you ever want to go on there, or if you're listening on
Yeah.
YouTube. Love you. We
Hi.
see you. We see our little growing YouTube fam. 4 subscribers. YouTube ad revenue coming in.
Ah,
But love you,
but
little rats.
love you. Bye. Have a good week.
Bye.